we've all been there, when you just let emotions bubble up and reactions get going, and you find yourself arguing sometimes very heatedly in front of the kids. Their eyes are wide. They might, be showing some just signs of distress, or you might just think that they're busy on their iPad. Whatever it is, it does affect them, but I'm not here to make you feel guilty about that. I'm here to tell you what to do if that does happen. So if you are like me and that has happened, and there's no guilt or shame here, keep on watching. My name is Janna Denton-Howes, and I am a marriage coach and creator of two programs, 30 Days to Wanting It More and the Marriage Mastery Club. Okay, so here's a 4-step process for you. I like those 4-step process. First thing is well, let me define arguing and fighting anyways, because many couples do it different ways. One is the typical yelling and arguing, and things are very loud and obvious. But other couples fight in other ways in terms of just shutting down and getting quiet, and there's just a lot of tension and lack of intimacy and affection between parents. So just so you know, there's different flavors of arguing. So if this does happen, the most important thing is for your children to see you make up, for the argument to kind of have a resolution. And I don't care how old your kids are at this point. I think it's just a good idea, even if they're really young, to just get into this habit of developing this ability to come to a resolution in front of them, or let them know that it has happened later on. So say, for example, you were arguing about, I don't know, somebody tell me what's a good argument. Housework. Let's say you're arguing about housework, and things get really heated and escalated, and there's a lot of reaction going on. Don't sneak off to the bedroom or try to hide it from them. Let them see that couples can have arguments, and that's okay, all right? Because the other option is to just not do any of this in front of the kids. And that's also damaging as well, because then they'll get into their relationship and get married, and then they'll be like, well, we're arguing, what's wrong with us? My parents never did this, and so there's something wrong with our marriage, right? So you want to give them a realistic picture of what it's like to be in a relationship and have differing opinions, but also knowing that they're firm, that you're their foundation. So knowing that their foundation still loves each other and that things are okay. So if they don't see you resolve things in front of them, make sure you circle back and let them know mommy and daddy still love each other, and we're going strong. We came to a resolution and everything's okay. All right. Second thing, so that was the first thing. Make sure that you make up in front of them, or circle back and let them know that you're doing okay. Secondly, reassure them that if they're of the talking age, that this has nothing to do with them, especially if it was a topic that had to do with them, okay? So for example, maybe you were arguing about what to do with them in the summer, what kind of summer camps. Maybe you were arguing about the cost of, maybe an activity that they do, or perhaps who's going to plan their birthday party, for example. You can see how that would be really important to reassure them that it's not about them. And even if the argument is not about them in particular, children have magical thinking, and so they really do think the whole world revolves around them, which makes it seem like every single topic has to do with them. That's why you have children who their parents are divorced. Later down the road, they'll always say, I really thought it was about something I did or said that caused my parents to divorce. So second step, reassure them that it has nothing to do with them, that you're just human, that you have different opinions, and you're just doing your best to try to sort things out. They know if they're going to school and they're on the playground, they understand that sometimes it's really challenging to figure things out. Okay. Third, apologize for causing them some stress. There is something so profound about having an apology from adults. I remember so vividly when I was about 8, I don't remember what happened, but my mom sat on my bed and just looked at me in the eye and said, I am sorry. I shouldn't have behaved that way. And there is that made me want to that made it okay to apologize. There's no shame in apologizing. And it was gave me way more than them ever saying, Janna, it's important to apologize. But actually her showing that to me and being able to model that for me is so powerful. So it doesn't hamper your authority as a parent at all. It actually makes them respect you a lot more. So apologize to them if you've caused them any distress, or if you could, see that it was hurtful for them to watch their parents have an argument. I'm a little sick today, so my words are trying to come up, but they're a little slower than usual. Okay, so that was third. Apologize for causing them worry or stress. The last tip number 4, is to make sure that you do your best to minimize fighting in the future. Yes, it's okay to have disagreements. Yes, I think it's really healthy for kids to see their parents in consultation. But if you notice that you're unable to control your emotional reactions a lot of the time, or if you have some really heated patterns that you just are like, oh, here we go again, and it feels like you're going through the same cycle, whether that's about money or sex or housework or money. A lot of people fight about that. Yeah, do your best to try to minimize that. And if you are wondering how to do that, my last video, I talked about a really, really great tool. One would call it a formula for stopping those severe emotional reactions and actually ending up in intimacy. And what a gift that would be for your children, for you to be able to model that. And because I got such a huge response from that video last week, and I have seen the incredible results that it has with the couples I work with one-on-one, I'm very, very dark right now, or in my other program, Marriage Mastery Club, I've decided to do a little small group just based on that one tool called Intimacy Intervention. So I'm taking women who are interested in having less fighting in their marriage and more intimacy, and it's just be a really small group. This will be the beta, so it'll be very cheap, just $97 for probably about 3 or 4 group sessions. So you get one-on-one support with me, which is insanely cheap for that price. So if you're interested, I'm only taking about 6 spots. Send me an email and you'll get on the list, and then you can learn the most powerful tool for stopping arguing and increasing intimacy in your relationship. And this is something that you can not only, you're just going to do it yourself. So if your spouse isn't really interested in doing coaching right now, this is a perfect way, because I will show you how to do it if it's just you alone and your husband isn't interested. So give me an email. Maybe I'll set up a little page with all the details. Maybe I'll work on that today. Let's see how I feel. Have a great day, everybody, and I hope you can put these 4 tips into practice. Bye.